All right, Mia, so let's continue what we've started a while ago. So are you ready?
Okay.
Go, go, go. All right, so these are all the auxiliaries, okay? Remember those words. So again, what are the two basic types of auxiliary verb in English? What are the two basic types of auxiliary verb in English? The two
The
basic
two
types
basic
of
types of
auxiliary verb in
auxiliary
English
verb in English
are primary
are
auxiliaries
primary
and
auxiliaries and
modal
modal
auxiliaries.
auxiliaries.
What are the primary auxiliaries? What are the primary auxiliaries? The primary
The primary
auxiliaries are
auxiliaries are
the verbs
the
be,
verb be,
have,
have,
and
and
do.
do.
Another, what are this one? What do we use the auxiliary verb be? When do we use the auxiliary verb be or auxiliary be? We use the
We use
auxiliary be.
auxiliary be.
The auxiliary be.
Auxiliary be.
The
The
auxiliary
auxiliary be.
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 Be. Yep, not be. To make the
To make
continuous
the
tenses
continuous tenses
and the passive voice. And the passive
and the
voice.
passive voice.
Yep, give me examples. Give me examples. I'm speaking
I'm
English
speaking
now.
English now.
This book was printed in England.
Huh?
This book
This book
was.
was printed in England.
Yep. Okay, another. What do we use the auxiliary have? What do we use the auxiliary have? We use the
We use the
auxiliary have
auxiliary have
for the past. For the no perfect tenses.
perfect tenses.
Yeah, that was before. Okay, another. Give me examples. Give me examples. He has gone to
He has gone to
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yep. What do we use the auxiliary do? What do we use the auxiliary do? We use the
We use the
auxiliary do
auxiliary do
for the present
for the
simple
present
and
simple and
past simple.
past simple.
Yep. Another. Give me examples. Give me an example, please. I don't
I
speak
don't speak
Spanish.
Spanish.
Did she eat the pasta?
Do you?
Did she eat
Did she eat pasta?
pasta? The
The
pasta?
pasta?
I mean, you did. Okay, another. So, me, what are the 10 common models? What are the 10 common models? The 10
The
common
10 common
models are
models are
can, could, will,
can, could, will,
would, may,
would, may,
might,
might,
shall, should,
shall, should,
must,
must,
and
and
ought.
ought.
Yep. So, what ideas do models normally express? What ideas do models normally express? Models normally
Models normally
express
express
ideas about
ideas about
necessity or
necessity or
possibility.
possibility.
Yep. All right. So now I will give you a sentence, and you will say a sentence with the same meaning, but with a model. Okay. So John is able to speak French. John is able to speak French. John can
John can
speak.
speak French.
Perhaps he works in a bank. Perhaps he works in a bank. He might
He
work in
might
a
work in a bank.
bank. Yep. Is it? It is necessary for me to go to bed now. It is necessary for me to go to bed now. I must go to
I
bed
must
now.
go to bed now.
Go. Again, another. You are not allowed to smoke in this building. You are not allowed to smoke in this building. You can't
You can't
smoke
smoke
in this
in this
building.
building.
Yep. What do we put after a model? What do we put after a model? We put the
We put the
infinitive
infinitive
without to
without to
after a
after a
model.
model.
Yep. Giving examples. Giving examples. I must
I
send
must
this
send
email
this
today.
email today.
Which model is the only exception to this rule? Again, which model is the only exception to this rule? Ought is the only
Is the only
exception
exception
to this rule.
for this rule.
To this rule.
For this rule.
To this
To
rule.
this rule.
Yep. Giving examples. Giving examples. I ought to
I
see a
ought to see
doctor.
a doctor.
Yep. What does the word set mean in Japanese? What does the word set mean in Japanese? The word
The word
set
set
means
means oku
different in
in
Japanese.
Japanese.
Sit.
Setchusuru?
No,
Yeah.
they said. Anyways, it's another. I have an idea. How do you say? Oh,
Oku.
oku. Okay, another. Soka. How long is the time set for a game of football? How long is the time set for a game of football? The time
The
set for a game of football.
the time set
Set for a game of
for a game
football
of football
is 90
is 90
minutes. That
minutes.
is
That is
45 minutes each way.
45 minutes each way.
Yep. So, what kind of life do you think is better? A life where you have a set of time for doing everything, which means routine, such as eating and sleeping, etc., or a life where you do these things whatever you want, freelancer? What kind of
Okay.
life do you think is better? A life when you have a set of time for doing everything, such as eating, sleeping, etc., or a life where you do these things whenever you want? I think a
I
life
think a
where
life where
do whatever whenever you want, or what?
whenever I
Okay.
like.
All right. A life. I
A
think a
life. I
life
think a life
where you
where
were,
you were,
where you, where you,
where you,
where you
where
do
you
these
do these
things
things
whenever you want.
whenever I want. Oh,
It's
you
better
want?
you want is
Is
better
better
than
than
a life
a
where
life where
you have a
you
set
have
of
a set
time.
of time.
You have a set
You have a
time
set time
for doing
for
everything.
doing everything.
Another, so what they sat down on the table when I came to the room at the beginning of the lesson. What they sat down on the table when I came into the room at the beginning of the lesson. You
You
set
set
your book
your book
down
down
on the
on
table
the
when
table when
You came into
You
the
came
room
into the room
at the beginning of the
at the beginning
lesson.
of the lesson.
If your watch isn't showing the right time, what do you have to do? If your watch isn't showing the right time, what do you have to do? If my watch
If my
isn't
watch isn't
showing,
showing,
my watch
my
isn't
watch isn't showing
the right
the
time,
right time,
I have to
I
set it
had to
right.
set it right.
Have to set
I
it right.
have to set it right.
Yeah, what time is sunrise at the moment? What time is sunrise at the moment? Sunrise is at
Sunrise
about
is at about
about
4:30
at the moment.
at the moment.
So early. Sunrise? So early. And what time is sunset? What time is sunset? Sunset is at
Sunset
about
is about
at about
7 p.m.
so late. And what do you consider to be the duty a person owes to the society in which they live? And what do you consider to be the duty a person owes to the society in which they live? I
I
consider that the
consider
duty
that the duty
a person
a
owes to the
person
society owes to the
to
society,
society,
the society
the society
in which they
in
live
which
is
they live is
to be
to
honest,
be honest,
hardworking,
hardworking,
etc.
etc.
Yep. So, what are the duties of a policeman? What are the duties of a policeman? The
The
duties of a
duties of a
policeman
policeman
are to give
are to
people
give people
help and
help and
information
information
and
and
information,
information,
catch criminals,
catch
etc.
criminals, etc.
Do policemen wear their uniforms when they're off duty? Again, do policemen wear the uniforms when they're off duty? No,
No
policemen
policemen
don't wear their
don't wear their
uniforms
uniforms
when they're off
when
duty.
they're off duty.
They only wear them
Only wear
when
them.
they
They
wear
only
them
wear them
when they're
when
on
they are
duty.
on duty.
Yep, if you brought a foreign car into the country, would you have to pay duty on it? Again, if you brought a foreign car into that country, would you have to pay duty on it? Yes, if I
Yes,
brought
if I
a
brought a foreign
car into this country,
car in this
into
country,
into this
into
country,
this country,
I'd have to
I
pay
have
duty
to
on it.
pay duty on it.
Yep, me. And if you didn't pay, what did happen? If you didn't pay, what did happen? If I didn't
If I
pay,
didn't pay,
they might
they
make me
might make me
pay a
pay
fine
a fine
and even
and
take the
even
car away,
take
the car
the car
away from me.
away from me.
Yep, what are the various ways of learning a language? What are the various ways of learning a language? The
The
various ways.
various way,
So cute. The
the
various ways
various way
of learning a
of
language
learning
are language
language are
are at school with
at
a
school
teacher,
with a teacher,
going to the
going to the
country
country
where the language
where
is
the language
spoken,
is spoken,
practicing with a friend,
practicing with a friend,
listening to the radio,
listen to the radio,
listening
listening to their radio,
to the
to the
radio,
radio,
watching TV,
watching
etc.
TV, etc.
Yep. Is there much entertainment for teenagers in your hometown? Is there much entertainment for teenagers in your hometown? No, there isn't
There
much
isn't much
entertainment
entertainment
for
for
teenagers
teenagers
in my
in my
hometown.
hometown.
Thinking. Nothing to think. Nothing. Okay, an example. Another is the weight of these. For example, only two chairs here. My chair is very small. Again, about equal. Again, only example. They are. So is the weight of these two chairs about equal? Yes. The weight
Yes,
of those two
the
chairs
weight of
of
those
those
two
two chairs
chairs
is about
is
equal.
about equal.
Yeah. What if equal? About equal.
About
Another.
equal.
Would you find it interesting to operate a factory machine? Would you find it interesting to operate a factory machine? No, I wouldn't find
I
it
wouldn't find it
interesting
interesting
to operate a
to
factory
operate a
machine.
factory machine
Why not? Why not? Because I'm not into
because
it.
I'm not into it.
Just into chocolate, guys. Okay. Again, Heather, have you ever had an operation in hospital? Have you ever had an operation in hospital? Yes, no?
Yes,
Yes, I've had
I've
an
had an
operation
operation in
in
hospital.
hospital. Yep. Again, Heather, give me a sentence containing the words by the time, please. Give me a sentence containing the words by the time, please. By the
By
time
the
she
time
gets
she
here,
gets here,
dinner will be
dinner
ready.
will be ready.
So
Yay!
again, I say, well, what does by the time mean in that sentence? Again, what does by the time mean in the sentence? By the
By
time
the
in that
time in that
sentence
sentence
means
means at
at some point between now and
between now and
when she gets
when she
here.
gets here.
Yeah, by the time you are 90 years old, Miyu, 90. If you suppose your hair will be gray, by the time you are 90 years old, you suppose your hair will be gray. Yes, by the
Yes, by
time
the time
I'm 90 years
I'm
old,
90 years old,
I
I
suppose my hair
suppose my hair
will be gray.
will be gray.
No need to wait. It's already gray. Again, another really me too. So stressed. Oh, so stressed. No chocolate. Oh, okay. Another. Will your English have improved by this time next month? Will your English have improved? Yeah, by this time next month. Yes, my English
Yes,
will
my
have
English
improved
will have improved
by this time
by
next
this
month.
time next month.
Yep, next month.
Next month.
Can you speak English as well as you speak your own language? Can you speak English as well as you speak your own language? No, I can't
No, I
speak
can't
English
speak English
as well
as
as I
well
speak
as
my
I
own
speak my own
language.
language.
I speak it
I speak
worse
it worse
than my own
than my own
language.
language.
I think you're better in English than Japanese. She's already native, guys. Yeah, ask her in Japanese. You will be like, hmm? Okay, another. Do you take English lessons on Sunday as well as during the week? Again, do you take English lessons on Sunday as well as during the week? Yes, no.
Yes.
I take
I
English
take
lessons
English
on
lessons
Sunday
on Sunday
as well as during
as
the week.
well as during the week.
Yep. So, what does the last question mean? That, in other words, again, what does last question mean? In other words, that last
That
question
last
means
question mean that
last
last
question
question
means
means
you take
you
English
take
lessons
English
in the week
lessons in a week
during the week.
during the week,
But do you
but
also take English
do you
lessons?
also
Take
take
English
English
lessons
lessons
on
on
Sunday.
Sunday?
Like another, what is the difference between the words older and elder? What is the difference between the words older and elder? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
the words
the
older
words
and
older
elder
and
is
elder
elder is that
is that
elder is
elder
that
is that
we generally
we
use the word
generally use
elder
the word elder
elder when speaking
when
about
speaking
people
about people
in the same
in the
family,
same family,
and we cannot
and we
say
cannot say
elder than.
elder than.
Yep. So have you got an elder brother? Have you got an elder brother? Yes, I've got
Yes,
an
I've
elder
got an
brother.
elder brother.
I've got
I've
an
got
elder
an
brother.
elder brother.
Yep. Are you the eldest in your family? Are you the eldest in your family? No, I'm not the
I'm not
eldest
the
in my.
eldest in my family.
Who is my papa?
My
My papa. Hi, papa. Okay, another. So, what is the difference to let and to rent? What is the difference between to let and to rent? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
to let
to
and to
let
rent
and
is
to
that,
rent is that
yep, to let
to let
means
means
to lend
to lend
something
something
in exchange
in
for money,
exchange for money,
whereas to rent
whereas to
means
lend means
to rent
to rent
means
means
to borrow
to borrow
things
things
or
or
something
something
in
in
exchange for money.
exchange for money.
Supposing you had a house or a flat to let, how would you advertise it? Again, supposing you had a house or a flat to let, how would you advertise it? Supposing I had a
Supposing I had
house
a house
or a flat
or
to
a
let,
flat to let,
I'd advertise
I'd advertise
it in
it in
the
the
newspaper
newspaper on
on the internet
the internet
or on the
or on
internet.
the internet.
Yep. So what is the average monthly rent for a small flat in that town? Here in the Philippines, it's like 2,000 yen or 1,000 yen. What about you? What is the average monthly rent for a small flat in that town? The average
The average
monthly
monthly rent
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 for a small
for
flat
a
in this
small flat
town
in this town
is
is
which one?
80,000 yen.
What? Who's that?
Don't know.
The whole house?
Maybe.
Yes, guys. Here in the Philippines, it's very reasonable. Come, welcome to the Philippines. Promoting. Yeah, right? It's more fun here. Again, like, how much does it cost to rent a car for one day in that town? How much does it cost to rent a car for one day in that town? It costs
It
about
costs about
how much
10,000 yen
to rent a
to
car for
rent a
one day
car for one day
in this
in
town?
this town.
I think it's good. It's okay, depending on the car. Again, do you ever rent DVDs to watch at home? Again, do you ever rent DVDs to watch at home? Yes, no. Too much. No. Because it says I never. So maybe yes sometimes. Yes, I
Yes,
sometimes
I
rent
sometimes rent
DVDs to watch at
DVDs to
home.
watch at home because
Yes.
I buy,
What?
not rent.
Again, well, so no, I never
I
rent
never rent
DVDs
DVDs
to watch at
to
home.
watch at home.
Let's go back, guys. What are the things that people boast about? Woohoo! I don't rent, I buy. Whoa! Again, is it common in your country for people to rent out rooms in their house to students, for example? Is it common in your country for people to rent out rooms in their house to students, for example? Yes, no. No, it isn't common in
It
my
isn't
country
common in my country
for people to
for
rent
people
out
to
rooms,
rent out rooms
in their
in
house
their house
to students, for example.
for
To
two
students, for
students,
example.
for example.
Yep, what the three forms of fall? What the forms of fall? The three
The
forms of
three
fall
forms
are
of fall are
fall, fell,
fall, fell,
fallen.
fallen.
Yep, have you ever fallen out of bed in the middle of the night? Have you ever fallen out of bed in the middle of the night? Yes, I've fallen out of bed.
Yes, I've fallen out
Fallen
of
out of
bed
bed in the middle
in
of
the
the night.
middle of the night.
Yeah. Okay, I mean not fallen, she's pushing. Okay. Another, what is the past of the verb to choose? What's the past of the verb to choose? The past
The
of the verb to
past of the
choose
verb to choose
is
is
chose.
chose.
Did you choose the clothes you're wearing yourself? Did you choose the clothes you're wearing yourself? Yes, I
Yes,
chose
I
the
chose the
clothes
clothes
I'm wearing
I'm
myself.
wearing myself.
Yep, what do you suppose football is? What do you suppose football is such a popular game? What do you suppose football is such a popular game? I suppose
I suppose
football is
football is
such a
such a
popular game
popular
because
game because
it's easy to
it's
play.
easy to play.
Yep. Why is a desert such a difficult place to live in? Why is a desert such a difficult place to live in? A desert
The
is such
desert is such
a
a
difficult place to
difficult
live
place
in
to live in
because there is so
because
little
there
water.
is so little
Little
water.
water. Is a soldier's uniform provided for him by the government? Is a soldier's uniform provided for him by the government? Yes, a
Yes,
soldier's
soldiers'
uniform.
uniform.
A
Our
soldier's uniform.
soldiers'
A
our
soldier's uniform
soldiers' uniform
is provided
is
for him
provided by
for him,
for him by
the
the
government.
government.
How do parents provide for the children? How do parents provide for the children? Parents
Parents
provide for the
provide for
children
their children
by making
by
sure
making sure
they have they have all
they
the
have
things
all the things
they need in
they
life.
need in life.
They need in
They
life.
need in life.
Yeah, you're making sure. Okay, another. If you had just bought a house, Mia, and then someone told you that there was a ghost in it, so what would you providing? Of course, you believe in ghosts. If you had just bought a house and then someone told there was a ghost in it, what would you do? Providing, of course, you believed in ghosts. If I had
If
just
I
bought a
had
house
just bought a house
and then someone
and
told
then
me
someone told
told
me
me there was a ghost
that
in
there
it,
was a ghost in it,
I'd what?
I'd sell it.
Okay, providing
Providing
I believed
I
in
believe
ghosts.
in ghost.
But ghosts are afraid of you too. Oh my gosh, another renter. Oh, I sell it to you. I sell it too. Again, are you going to go straight home after the lesson? On an example, are you going to go straight home after the lesson? Yes, I'm going
Yes,
to
I'm going
go
to go
straight home after the
straight home
lesson.
after lesson.
The
The
lesson.
lesson.
Yep. If you came to some crossroads while driving a car and instead of stopping you kept straight on what might happen if you came to some crossroads while driving a car and instead of stopping you kept straight on what had happened or what might happen if I came
If
to
I
some
came to some
crossroads
crossroads
while driving a
while
car
driving a car
and instead of
and s-
stopping
and
instead
it
of stopping
instead of stopping,
I kept
I
straight
kept
on
straight on,
an accident might happen.
an accident might
Might
happen.
happen. Yep. How many days does a fortnight consist of on a beach? How many days does a fortnight consist of? A fortnight
A fortnight
consists of 14
consists
days.
of 14 days.
Yep. What do we have to place an egg carefully on the table? What do we have to place an egg carefully on the table? We have to
We have
place
to
an
place an
egg
egg
carefully
carefully on the
table
table
because it could
because it
easily
could easily
break.
break.
Yep. So, in which month does the academic year commence in your country? In which month does the academic year commence in your country? The academic
The
year
academic year
commences
commences
in which one? April, May,
April
April in my
in my
country.
country.
Yep. So another, what's my hand doing? Is my hand doing? Your hand is
Your
appearing,
hands appearing
appearing and
and
disappearing.
disappearing.
Yep. So does it appear to you that people in the world are becoming happier or less happy? Does it appear to you that people in the world are becoming happier or less happy? It appears to me
It
that
appears to me that
that in what people in the world,
people in the world,
people in
people
the
in the
world are
world are
becoming what?
becoming happier
Why? Why? Because
because
the world now is
the
getting
world now is getting
more innovative.
more innovative.
Yes, right? Hi, guys. Innovative guys. Anyway, do you judge people by appearances or do you wait until you get to know them well? Do you judge people by appearances or do you wait until you get to know them well? I judge
I,
people
I judge people
by
by
appearances.
appearances.
You can tell, guys. You can go on to the previous stages.
Should I?
You're short. You're like this. You're wicked. Yeah, do you want to remember, guys? Yeah, which way of judging is fair? Yeah, but me is so great, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, but so
Yay.
which way? Like, yeah, she will have long hair though. So which way of judging is fairer? Judging people are
Judging people are
what? Not good, right? So judging people
judging
after
people after
getting to know
getting
them
to know
well
them well
is
is
fairer. Fairer.
fair.
Yes, meaning guys, Miyu knows me. That's why she can bully me. Terrible. Okay, another. If you double the number 25, me, what do we get? If we double the number 25, what do we get? If we double
If
the
we
number
double
25,
number 25,
we get
we
50.
get 50.
Yep. What is a double bed? How is a double bed? A double bed
A
is
double
about
bed is about
double the
double the width of
width
with
of
width of
width of a single
a
bed.
single bed.
Yep. Do you have trouble remembering all the rules of grammar in English? Do you have trouble remembering all the rules of grammar in English? Yes, I
Yes,
have
I
trouble
have trouble
remembering
remembering
all the rules
all
of
the
grammar in
rules
English. Of grammar in
of grammar
English.
in English.
Yep. So when children get into trouble, do they sometimes tell lies in order to get themselves out of trouble? When children get into trouble, do they sometimes tell lies in order to get themselves out of trouble? Yes. When
Yes, when
children get
children get
into
into
trouble,
trouble,
they
they
sometimes tell
sometimes tell
lies
lies
in order to
in
get
order to get
themselves
themselves
Out of trouble.
Out of trouble.
Themselves out of trouble.
Out of trouble.
Yep, me, when you are reading a book in your own language and you see a word you don't know the meaning of, do you take the trouble to look it up in a dictionary or do you just keep on reading? Again, when you are reading a book in your own language and you see a word that you don't know the meaning of, do you take the trouble to look it up in a dictionary or do you just keep on reading? When I'm reading a book in my own language and I see a word I don't know the meaning of, I take the trouble to look it up in a dictionary. She does, guys. Just that she cannot.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to answer. Like another. Do dreams sometimes trouble you at night? Do dreams sometimes trouble at night? No, dreams never trouble me
trouble me
at night.
at night.
Yeah, she's really cat sleeper, guys. Like another. So, what do you think is the trouble with modern life? What do you think is the trouble with modern life? I think the trouble with modern life is gadget addiction.
Gadget addiction.
Addiction. Yep. So they don't sleep anymore, right? Anyways, etc. Etc. Yeah, what do we double the final consonant of an adjective in forming its comparative and its superlative? Again, what do we double the final consonant of an adjective in forming its comparative and superlative? We double the final consonant. Double the final consonant of an adjective in forming its comparative and superlative when it ends in a single consonant.
Ends in
a single consonant. Not consonant. Preceded by a single vowel.
Preceded by
a single vowel. Give me examples. Thin, thinner than. The thinnest. Yep, let's move down. So what happens when an adjective ends in a consonant plus y? What happens when an adjective ends in a consonant plus y? When an adjective ends in a consonant plus y, the y is changed to I. Give me examples. Lucky, luckier than. The luckiest. Give an example of the word though, please. Give me an example of the word though, please. I didn't like the food. He cooked. I ate it though. Yep, though she was feeling ill. Though she was feeling ill. Yep, she went on the business trip. Yep, me. When you have something unpleasant to do, do you delay doing it or do you do it at once without delay? When you do something or when you have something unpleasant to do, do you delay doing it or do you do it at once without delay? When I have something unpleasant to do, I delay doing it. Which is better than to delay doing things or to do things at once without delay? Which is better than to delay doing things or do things or to do things at once without delay? It's usually better to do things at once without delay. Yep, when people are late for lessons, what kind of things have usually delayed them? When people are late for lessons, what kind of things have usually delayed them? When people are late for lessons, pupils are late for lessons. The kind of things that have usually delayed them are oversleeping, etc. And what must you do before you walk across, or what must you do before you walk across the road? I must look both ways. Both ways before I walk across the road. What can you see across the street from the window? What can you see across the street from the window? I can see some trees. I can see some trees across the street from this window. If you can't get across a river by bridge, how can you get across? If you can't get across a river by bridge, how can you get across? If I can't get across a river by bridge, I can get across by boat. Across by boat. Or by swimming across. Good luck. If you're walking in a forest and suddenly came across a tiger, what do you do? If you were walking in a forest and suddenly came across a tiger, what do you do? If I were walking in a forest and suddenly came across a tiger, I play dead. A tiger? Again, so if a lift isn't working, what do we have to do? If a lift isn't working, what do we have to do? If a lift isn't working, we have to take the stairs. Do you think it's possible to tell a person's character just by looking at their face? Do you think it's possible to tell a person's character just by looking at their face? Yes, no. No, I don't think it's possible to tell a person's character just by looking at their face. Can we often tell where somebody comes from by their accent? Can we often tell where somebody comes from by their accent? Yes, we can often tell where somebody comes from by their accent. Yep. When you arrive at a hotel, what do you check in? When you arrive at a hotel, where do you check in? When I arrive at a hotel, I check in at the reception desk. And what does the receptionist hand you when you finish checking in? And what does the receptionist hand you when you finish checking in? The receptionist hands me the key to the room when I've finished checking in. On the day you leave at the hotel, what time do you usually have to check out by? On the day you leave at the hotel, what time do you usually have to check out by? On the day I leave at the
On the
hotel,
day I
I leave
leave at the
at the
hotel,
hotel. I usually
I
have to check
usually
out
have to
by.
check out by.
Yep. Again, at the airport, do you usually check in all your luggage, or do you carry some of it onto the plane with you? At the airport, do you usually check in all your luggage, or do you carry some of it onto the plane with you? At the airport,
At the
I
airport,
usually
I
carry some
usually
of my
carry
luggage
some of my luggage
onto the plane
onto
with
the
me.
plane with me.
If someone says things about you which are not true, do you think it's better to defend yourself or just keep quiet? If someone says things about you which are not true, do you think it's better to defend yourself or just keep quiet? If someone
If
says
someone says
things
things
about me which
about
are
me
not
which are
true,
not true,
I think it's
I
better
think it's
to
better to
just keep quiet.
just keep quiet.
Yeah, right? So that they won't go on. Okay, another. On what occasions do we say congratulations to people? On what occasions do we say congratulations to people? We say
We say
congratulations
congratulations
to
to
people when they
people when
pass an
they pass
exam,
an exam,
get
get
married, have a
married, have a
baby,
baby,
etc.
etc.
Congratulations, me.
Yay.
See you when I see you through stage 7 again. Again. With the word again. Yes, guys, because it's almost like 100 times already. Yeah, right? She has never given up her ambition. Yeah, so let's help each other. People. Yep, congratulations, Mia. So see you when I see you then. Bye.
Bye bye.
Have a good day.